Fire Escape Academy Inspector Training video. Here we are in Springfield, Illinois, and this is a great one. Life safety, truck smash. Many things wrong with this fire escape, but let's not look at the obvious. We have an inspector here from the city, fire prevention. It's a fire marshal. Let's not deal with this issue right now, but that's a great giveaway that there's a problem here. But must be kept painted, must be structurally sound. So let's look up.
Unpainted.
Unpainted, so that's all you need to write a violation, right?
Right, original bolts.
And then from that paint, can I write a request for load testing?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's say they pristinely painted like that other guy did. Let's get into the next question. Original hardware or evidence of maintenance? Can you look up and see any evidence of maintenance on this 50 to 75-year-old structure?
Negative.
So that forces it right into a load test and or a document that guarantees the certification and the refurbishment of it with engineer oversight. Do you ever want any iron worker working all alone by himself fixing this without having an engineer oversight letter to you that specifically designs and tells you exactly what's going to be done to every one of these connections?
I wouldn't let an iron worker do it unless he was certified.
Well, no, the iron worker is going to be a licensed. Everything's an assumed thing.
Okay.
A licensed and certified and insured iron worker.
Okay.
Can he work unsupervised? First of all, without a permit. Can he do? He needs a permit.
No, can't work
does the
without a
building official have time to oversee this, or does this need what's called engineer oversight? Because if a fire escape is either going to be load tested or refurbished, must it have engineer oversight that you are aware of?
Yes.
So there's a structural engineer oversight going on this, and that engineer is showing up 3 to 5 times here while that licensed vendor is doing all his work. Because who are you going to believe at the end that says this is done? The vendor, who might cheat here and there, or the engineer whose stamp must go on this confidence test?
The guy's whoever has his name on the piece of paper.
So he's getting paid to be here 3 to 5 visits. The permit, the final guy that's going to sign off on it is the building inspector, but he's waiting for the engineer to say everything's cool.
Right.
And you're the final guy that says, hey, am I load testing this, or was this a certified refurbishment?
Right.
This was a certified refurbishment in lieu of a load test. Great. Where's the docs? I know the guy that's been overseeing it. So right now we have a fire escape here that the cement is a problem, all the connections are a problem, it hasn't been painted, so every connection has been compromised.
Yeah.
With all that being said, let's get to the fact that it's a cantilever. Is there a release arm on this in any way? Have they added 1 million pounds to it?
Yeah.
This is some crazy color psychedelic thing going on here. Will it go down? Look at that cable. Oh. Sorry, look at that cable.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, so will this function correctly to your knowledge?
No.
All right, so this is a big, and this is because trucks, this is at least 14 feet. So one of their biggest problem was trucks were smashing the hell out of it. And that, with that being said, what do we have here? Damage from a truck. Now, can firemen get to the roof on this one? So even though this is a dead building, do you think that this is a dead building or this is an active building?
I don't know.
Well, look at, is that power going to it? Is that dead? I mean, it's got power. Let's see what you think this building is. Could be storage. She's got power going into it. It's an elevator.
Yeah, some foresight on there. There's something nasty in it. Nothing on the meter.
So it looks like there's some possible activity in this building, but it looks like they've secured the whole ground floor from break-ins using wood. And we have several buildings. Actually, we have another fire escape right down there that we're going to go look at right after this one. And also, we've got 4 wood structures over there. That's going to be on a separate video. And we're going to inspect 4 wood structures today.
It's empty, but it's got a small fire load in it, but it doesn't matter because it's connected to those other buildings and it's inside the
Perfect. So
fire
this is
district, so it has to. It's got to comply. It's got to be.
Well, here's how it can comply. A couple of issues to help you, because some of these people are going to say it's a dead building. I got no income. You know, take the building for taxes or whatever. So, here's what needs to be done. If this fire is going to be, or this building is going to be subject to what's called surround and drown. So I've got a few buzzwords that you guys use. There's a couple things you need. And on this fire escape, if it's not going to get fixed right away, and this building is not one that you're going to be able to get in and get access to the roof and puncture a hole and ventilate and all those things, you need signage on this that says this thing's a dead fire escape. You need warning signs on this fire escape that says don't get on it. You need warning signs on this wall here, because this guy's basically blocked off any ability to basically break windows and get in and out of here. So you need signage on here that says don't go in the building, right? So you guys can basically X off this building, which the owner probably doesn't want, because it means his insurance is not going to be on it when you have X's all over it.
So dangerous, unsafe building.
Right. So right now he needs to make a decision, because right now, even though this fire escape is made for the occupants and it has none, so this building's actually for you guys. So he has to make this thing functional so that at any time you arrive, you can fight this fire. Your men can get off this building while you're fighting the fire without having to wait for an apparatus. So either fix it or get the label on this as an unsafe building. So that's what happens here on these fire escapes. So whenever you have a dead building, you give the owner the option. Let me mark it up and say you can't use it. And whether or not the rest of the building is going to get marked unsafe, minimally this fire escape needs to be done. Now, do you know what happens when you have insurance on a building and it gets a hit? This is called a hit and run. Do you know that the insurance company and the guy has a $5,000 deductible? The insurance has to fix 100% of this fire escape because of this smash. We call this a fire escape lottery ticket for some owners who say, oh my God, you know, I don't have the money. Like, dude, the insurance is going to pay for it. Do you know what truck hit it? He goes, yeah, it was the trash truck. Well, then there is no deductible. The trash truck will fix 100%, because I just can't fix this down here. Right. I must fix 100% of the fire escape to bring it back into operational condition. So this is what's called a fire escape lottery ticket for the owner. Right. But if the owner doesn't want to deal with it, has no insurance or whatever, there needs to be some markings for your men on this fire escape that this is an unsafe structure. So any fire escape that they don't want to fix right away, you got to mark it unsafe structure.
They have to take it down.
No, they have to keep it, because it'll kill the egress of this building, so it's not down. Just they mark it as an unsafe structure so that in case of a fire, you guys don't use it.
Our city code says either it works or you take it out.
Woo, there you go. So do you have things? Let's do.
You have to petition to take it out.
Well, if they take it out, they're going to kill the means of egress. There's one last small one, and then we're going to go do those wood ones.
Exactly, so that the only option to leave the guy is replace it.
Yeah, fix it or replace it. Because you can fix that. They're still fixing. Tell me about this one. We're going down the alleyway here. And this is a simple fire escape ladder. Obviously an active building. I hear sounds, I hear a bar. It's actually a blocked door, or a black thing. So how are you going to get into this building? Lots of electric nearby. What happens when you got so much electric nearby?
Arcing.
Arcing with all the hosing. Hit by trucks? Hit by something. Look at all the bends.
Look how bent it is.
So, and then the rails are gone. So use it or lose it rule, right?
Yeah.
Applies here. And is there any other means of egress off the second floor other than a single means of egress? Did they illegally block this door by mistake?
I believe they might have.
Okay. And you have this new power source that came in right after the fact. So this might be one of those situations where they're going to have to create some sort of blockage so that there's no arcing that goes on, and basically with those orange protectors of some sort, and then make this thing come down over here somewhere.
Actually, probably have to take the whole thing out and rebuild it farther down in a different location.
Well, she's coming out of the ground here, so yeah, we'll do whatever needs to be done. But basically, you're correct. When you're fighting a fire and you're throwing tons of water at this building,
you don't want to get anywhere near.
You don't want to arc it up. So let's go do that wood structure down there.
We've got them all. We can walk.